welcome back students to the part 3 of our topic composition of blood. So in the last two lectures what we have seen is the composition of blood minus of plasma, and the second lecture was about RBC. The third and the season 3 of this lecture is about WBCs and thrombocytes. Now WBCs or white blood cells or the leukocyte. Now it could be leukocyte with K or leukocyte with C. It doesn't matter आप कैसे लिख रहे हो, but आपको लिखना leukocyte है whenever it is WBC. Now WBCs are mainly two types depending upon the presence of granules in the cytoplasm. Those WBCs which do not have any type of granule in the cytoplasm are called agranular cytoplasmic leukocytes or WBCs, and those which have granules are called as granular cytoplasmic leukocytes or WBCs. Granular, again, there are two types, lymphocytes and monocytes. They are differentiated on the basis of presence of a specific shape of the nucleus as well as their functionality. The lymphocytes are basically the cellular soldiers of your body. They provide the cell immunity to your body. Now remember the serum globulin जो हमने पढ़ा था last video में? The serum globulin was chemical immunity, chemical weapon, whereas your lymphocytes are the cellular weapons. These are like cellular soldiers of your body. T cell, B cell and NK cell. NK cell means, or NK cell stands for natural killer cells. They identify the foreign pathogen, the antigen which is coming in your body, whether it could be a foreign microbe or a foreign cell, and they attack on it. And they use, sometimes they use those immunoglobulins or some chemical weapon known as the complementary system. Now let's not divert from here. Monocytes on the other hand are less, around 3 to 8% in your blood. If the number of monocytes increases, that indicates that you're suffering from some kind of infection. Let's see what are these agranular lymphocytes and granular lymphocytes. Now when you stain these cells, the basophils are shown to take the, or they are prone to take the basic stain, the basic dyes from the Leishman stain, whereas eosinophil takes acidic stain. They are acidophilic. That's why they take up acidic stain such as eosin. The neutrophil, on the other hand, does not take any kind of acidic or basic stain, but they are neutral stains. The monocytes and lymphocytes, as they are agranular, they don't show any presence of any kind of granule in the cytoplasm, but their specificity or their differentiation could be made up according to the shape of the nucleus. The monocyte shows presence of a kidney-shaped nucleus, whereas a lymphocyte shows a very large nucleus covering the whole cell. So let's see what are these WBCs. First of all, the lymphocyte. The lymphocytes, they are around 8 to 12 micron in diameter. These are quite big in size and constitute around 25% of the total number of the leukocyte. Small round cells, more or less centrally placed nucleus, and slightly larger than the red blood cells or the RBCs. Now these can be actually differentiated on the basis of the stain they take. The nucleus takes up the stain, and there are, as I said, three types: the T cell, B cell and the natural killer cells. Although these are very much important from immunological point of view, but we are not diverting ourselves from the topic. The next lymphocyte is the monocyte. Monocytes are kidney-shaped nucleus-bearing cells. These are larger than the lymphocytes. The nucleus is specifically kidney or horseshoe shaped, around 10 to 15 micron in size, and they are very motile. They represent around 5 to 7% of the total white blood cells. As I said, if the number of monocytes is more in your blood, that means your body is suffering from some kind of infection. That's kind of an indicator of infection. That's why when you take up the blood test and we do a complete blood cell count or CBC, we see the number of cells, and we have a normal range. So if the number of cells such as the monocytes or basophils are more than the normal range, That means it shows a clear indication that you're suffering from some kind of infection. Then we have the granulocyte. The granulocytes are of three types: the neutrophil, eosinophil, and the basophil. As I said, the neutrophil takes up neutral stain, eosinophil takes up acidic stain, and the basophil takes up basic stain. The nucleus of the granulocyte is multilobulated. There's more than one lobe in the nucleus. So their basic differentiation is on the basis of the type of or the kind of stain they take. Let's see the neutrophil. The neutrophils, or they are also called as the polymorph. They are called as polymorph because of the shape of the nucleus. It can have different types of shapes, but only because it takes up the neutral stain from the Leishman stain, we can identify the neutrophils very easily. Neutrophils, as I said, they are stained pale violet with Leishman stain, and they are most active of all the WBCs. Now, this structure, this cell, this WBC is around 12 to 15 micron in diameter. It's circular in outline, and most active of the WBCs means it ingests all the foreign particles and constitute around 60 to 70% of your total leukocyte. The major part or the major component or the major portion is covered by the neutrophils. The granulocyte, their neutrophils percentage is more, as it is the most motile one, and we can see how the neutrophil follows the bacterial cell and ingests it by means of phagocytosis. Then the eosinophils. Now, eosinophils takes up the acid eosin, the acid stain eosin. They constitute around 2 to 4% of the total WBCs and measure 12 to 15 micron in diameter. They contain a bilobed nucleus. And then we have the basophils. The basophils are around 12 to 15 microns in diameter, and they have 2 to 3 lobes nucleus, and they are stained relatively faint compared to the other two granulocytes. The granules of the basophil dominate the appearance. There's a large number of granules in the basophil compared to the eosinophil and the neutrophil. Let's see the functions of the leukocytes. Leukocytes are very much important from immunity point of view or the immune system point of view. First of all, they provide protection. Now, as we have seen, the neutrophils, they eat up or ingest any foreign microbe which enters your body. So these are the first cell, the neutrophils are the first cell to arrive at the site of inflammation or any infection. And these are the most important component of your immune system or your defense mechanism. The macrophages scavenges all the cell debris which are left behind, means the lymphocytes and the monocytes. They eat up all the cell debris. Cell debris means all the dead cell material, cell organelles which are left behind by the neutrophils after the ingestion of the foreign microbes, or suppose an infected cell. So if an infected cell dies, the monocytes and the lymphocytes reach up to that site and they eat up all the cell debris. Scavenges means eating up all the dead cells. They ingest it by means of phagocytosis. Not only that, the lymphocytes also contribute in scar tissue formation. Means if there is an internal and external injury which happens in the body, the lymphocyte reaches to the site and they initiate the healing process, the healing of the wound internally. This is very important because see, if the internal healing is not done, the site may become a site for secondary infection. So on one hand, they are fighting the microbes, on the other hand, they are also repairing the damage which is caused by the microbes. Now, let's see the third component of your blood, the third type of cell, the fluid element, that are the platelets, also known as the thrombocytes. These are small oval fragments of specialized bone marrow cells. 2 to 4 micron in diameter, smaller than the WBCs, very much smaller than your RBCs also. They are also nucleated. You don't see any kind of nucleus in them. In case of humans, I am talking about, they generally lack nuclei, and they are also formed from the bone marrow. Around 2000, around 2000, 250,000 of these thrombocytes are found in each cubic millimeter of your blood. They have a granulomere. These are not nucleus, but they are a granulomere. Sometimes they are mistakenly uh, identified as nucleus, but they are not nucleus. They are granulomeres, means cytoplasmic granules, which take up this stain and sometimes gives a false impression of a nucleus. The cytoplasm of the thrombocyte, they contain actin and myosin molecule, which are similar to the muscle cells. That's why these cells are very much active, or these are very much motile. They show contractile protein, so they can contract. Actually, the platelet cell can contract, like they can show a pseudopodia like formation, and they can actually contract. Uh, they show presence of the endoplasmic reticulum and the Golgi apparatus, as well as the store of calcium ions. The mitochondria and the enzyme system of these cells are able to form ATP, and ADP means energy can be synthesized, energy can be used, and the enzyme systems of these cells are able to synthesize the prostaglandins. That means whenever an injury occurs, or whenever there is a clotting mechanism has to be done, or pain, sense of pain, these thrombocytes are responsible for it. Now, these fibrin stabilizing factors in the thrombin or thrombocytes are very much important. These proteins are important or involved in the blood coagulation mechanism. Now, let's see the functions of the platelet. Now, as we know that the platelets are involved in the coagulation of the blood, actually the platelets are responsible to carry all the important components, all the important proteins at the site of uh, injury, wherever there is a leakage or wherever there is a bleeding which is occurring, and to form a blood clot, to form a blood plug, actually to plug the injury, the platelets reach over there and they carry all the blood coagulation machinery, blood coagulating proteins required for clotting of blood. That's why these thrombocytes are important. If there is no thrombocyte, the proteins will not reach the site of injury. And these thrombocytes are also responsible to plug small defects in blood vessels. So if suppose there is a small injury, internal injury to the blood vessels, these thrombocytes also repair those internal injuries. Platelets, or these thrombocytes, they are responsible to synthesize a small uh, protein known as serotonin. Serotonin induces vasoconstriction. Constriction means the blood vessels contract, they shrink or they contract, and now because of this constriction, the blood vessels, when they contract or when they shrink up, the amount of blood which is sent to the site of injury becomes very low. So suppose there is an injury and the supply mechanism, the supply pipe, the supply blood vessel is contracted or closed up, and the platelet or the thrombocyte has a role to uh, contract or to constrict that blood vessel and to reduce the blood loss. Sometimes we have a deficiency of this platelets. This is called as thrombocytopenia. In case of a heavy infection, the platelets count increases way beyond their normal range, and that could also cause a damage to the body. Sometimes the platelet counts reduces way beyond a normal range. That is, the situation is called a thrombocytopenia, and in that situation, bleeding may not stop. In that situation, blood coagulation may not happen, and blood clotting may not happen. So this was about platelets. So what have we learned, students, in this topic, composition of blood? That the blood is a complex tissue made up of two components, plasma and cell. Plasma is 55%, cells are 45%. Plasma is a mixture of water, mineral ions, enzymes, proteins, pigments, nutrients, fluctuating components, constant components. Cells are of three types: RBC, WBC, and thrombocytes. RBCs is for respiration, WBC is for defense force of the body, and thrombocytes are responsible for coagulation. Now students, सपोज आपके घर में किसी की ब्लड रिपोर्ट आती है तो कम से कम आप वो पढ़ के बता सकते हो कि ब्लड रिपोर्ट में सब कुछ ठीक है या नहीं है। सब कुछ ठीक है तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं है तो डॉक्टर मत बनो, ठीक है, क्योंकि तुम लोग अभी तक डॉक्टर बने नहीं हो। सो दैट्स व्हाट अबाउट दिस होल टॉपिक। 3 सीजन में खत्म हुआ हमारा, काफी लंबा चला है, ठीक है। आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड। अगर कुछ समझ में नहीं आया है तो क्लासरूम में कमेंट कीजिए, और हम जब डिस्कशन फोरम करेंगे तो उस वक्त आपके क्वेरीज डाउट्स रेडी रहें तो बहुत अच्छा होगा। थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स। सो